Hi, this is Rachel coming to you with this week's Sparkle of Shabbat. And this week I wanted to talk a little bit about a very touching fashion tour that I was lucky enough to have while we were in Tel Aviv. When our wonderful travel agent Sandy recommended that maybe we do some activities off the beaten track, one of the things she recommended to me was an Israeli fashion tour, and of course I jumped at that opportunity. And for Seth, it was a flight simulation with former Israeli Defense Force officers. So that was a big treat for him as well. So I went on this fashion tour, initially just thinking it would be super cool and awesome to be able to look at different fashion places in Tel Aviv. What it turned out to be was an incredible touching upon the history of fashion in Israel and how much it involved integrating the immigrant culture. So I wanted to tell you a little bit about that, and then also related to getting ready for Shabbat. So I visited several different places, and I have to say it was a private fashion tour with a wonderful guide who is herself a fashionista and works in Europe and also in Tel Aviv. So I really did feel like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman, where you're kind of out of your league and you're walking around and you're getting all this sort of attention, and it's just a very unique experience. So I was able to meet with some of the actual designers and some of the managers of the stores, and so what I actually found to be so touching, particularly with this one brand called Mesquite, M-A-S-K-I-T, is that it was created by the and funded by the government of Israel with the input from Ruth Dayan, Moshe Dayan's wife, and this was in the 1950s, and they created this industry, this fashion brand and industry, in order to help integrate the different immigrants that were coming into the country, so many during the 1950s after World War II. And people were coming with different talents and different abilities, and some of them were textile workers and some of them were weavers, and so they created this brand, Mesquite, in order to put these wonderful skills that people were coming in from all different countries, putting those skills to work. So I actually ended up getting an incredible history lesson about the fashion in Israel and the way they welcomed all the different immigrants in that way. And I was so touched, not surprised actually, but so touched to hear this story in addition to the fashion itself and the different textiles that were used. So it was sort of expensive, but I did buy a lovely jacket there, and then I also visited the fashion house of Lara Rosnosky. Both of these have online presences if you want to look them up. I will put more information in the comments, but I bought this beautiful dress. This one was half price, thank goodness. And that was a lot of fun to try on different things by her. She's a Russian immigrant and traveled all over Europe and created different dresses and beautiful things. So I did buy something there and was so happy to be able to support them. So I will sum this up quickly to say that I was very touched by the immigrant culture in the fashion industry, and so thankful to be able to get ready for this Shabbat in a special design that I bought in Israel. Shabbat Shalom.